Good morning to all. On behalf of MANAGE family and our Director General, Madam Yogita Rana, I welcome Sri Samuel Kumar, Joint Secretary of Extension Area of Investment and Price Support from the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. And I also welcome Sri Amitabh Khan, CEO, on behalf of our Director General, and on behalf of our MANAGE family. And I request Madam to give the floor for today's section. I also request our layers madam to our DJ madam to welcome Mr. Amitabh Khan from Vasui, CEO. I also welcome our, on behalf of MANAGE family, I welcome our Director General, Madam Yogita Rana IAS. I request Dr. Parasuramani to send over the floor. Thank you, thank you all dignitaries for listening here. And I welcome all the participants here, especially different service here, those who are from different states. And we thought this program may be much more useful and they will take this message to across many other stakeholders. I welcome all the different personnel. There is a representative from EEI, Director EEI Hyderabad this year, and Professor Vendu Reddy, and also there is a representative from NIPHM and the other MANAGE family and the faculty consultants, all the staff members. I welcome all of you for this program. And before going to this program, as you know, MANAGE we conduct nearly 450 programs, and after COVID we conduct large number of online programs. Like this year we are conducting 315 programs, most of them online trainings and webinars. And many times these trainings happens in English, but it is many of the webinars are useful for other stakeholders. Many earlier we used to conduct only for senior and middle level officers, but after COVID we are trying to reach large number of other stakeholders, something like entrepreneurs and rural youth, and also other farmers and even some of things related to labor, other things. Also, we are expanding our reach to large number of people using the online platform. But we have the constraint. Many times the online programs happens mostly in English, few occasions we happens in the Hindi. But we are disadvantaged to reach large number of other language, those who are interested to learn, they may not be aware about English and Hindi. That's why it's very important initiative because 75% of our trainings nowadays is going online. We are also reaching nearly 30 to 50,000 stakeholders we reach through English and mostly in English. But once we change for the different languages across the country, they can access those who are compatible with their own mother tongue, then we can reach many-fold, large number of people. And especially on behalf of MANAGE, for this initiative, I thank our Joint Secretary for taking lead the team. Also, our Director General for kindly agreeing and taking lead today MoU. And I will request all others also take this message to across other institutions, other people, because it's from the Ministry of Information Technology, Electronics and Information Technology. This maybe other institutions, other organizations can also lead. That's what our days was morning talking. Maybe once MANAGE signs MoU and this what we are, and tomorrow we are going to have live and also we conduct the actual webinar. Then our success we can showcase across large number of public private institutions. They can take lead in conducting the training and also reaching other languages also across the country. That's why we are initiating this one today. And with this, once again, I welcome all of you for this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I am requesting Sri Samuel Kumar, sir, Joint Secretary, Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government India, to review of eco activities. We welcome you, sir.
Respected PG MANAGE, CEO Bhashini, Amitabh Khan, Reddy Garu from EEI, Hyderabad, and senior faculty members from MANAGE, and all the Jamans available in our lives. assembled in large numbers here. Welcome to you all in the good morning. This will be a very part of the program today, ECO, because I thought I would just place this also together. Then we have this Bhashini thing. I would also like to share about what this ECO is all about. ECO actually stands for Extension for Community Health Organizations. So, how do you enhance the impact of extension activity? Today, any activity that we do, that should be known to others also. Suppose we are launching a new scheme or a new program, it has to reach the end user or the beneficiary. But that is not happening, and we try several means, physical means, do online virtual programs. So, ECO has come out of that concept as to how do you want to enhance the outreach. So, in during COVID times, health professionals they were to reach in large numbers, and there was limitation of physical meetings, lockdowns were there. So they started extensively using this platform for conveying certain basic essentialities about the medical field, about what precautions one has to take, how it has to reach. So they were able to reach huge number of people, especially the medical staff, nursing staff, through this ECO platform. Now what we thought was, in agriculture space also, extension activities are in use. Any scheme you take, or any program you take, or any practice, or any information about a market, or for this matter, information or advisory for an agriculture activity, everything has to go to the farmer or the stakeholders. Now, how do you make this happen through a platform, online platform? And we all know online platforms are quite boring. When you start an online session, people will switch on the camera, sometimes mute the mic also, and they'll be doing all other things. In fact, online programs have taught us to do multitasking. If I say, because when you are physically attending a meeting, all of you are bound to listen to me, whether you like it or not. You keep watching me, and there is some kind of a body language, physical contact, eye contact, but that is not there in online. However, online programs will help you overcome several other constraints and barriers. What they do is, you can't travel at a short notice if somebody has to attend a program and he has got another program, there are limitations. So online programs have got its own advantage. In short time, you will be able to reach more number of people in different areas. But the limitation is again, the language. Suppose today I am speaking in English. If you are having a facility with a earphone and you are able to hear, say, Punjabi or friends from Odia in Odia, they will just love it. This happens in Parliament. When the Parliament speeches are there, live you are able to hear. So what we first thought was, we should have a good platform. And a platform which will also give you analytics. Normally you have several platforms like WebEx, and then you have Zoom, all these things. But they will not give you analytics. They will provide you a platform for reaching out to a large audience. ECO is one platform where it will be able to provide you with some analytics. After say, suppose you have 10 programs, and 10 programs, one program 50 people, one program 100 people, like that people have 100, and you want to gender disaggregate them. How many male, how many people, or how many people from north, how many people from south. That kind of analysis is not available in any online. And that is the advantage where this ECO brings. So we started with the ECO team. We entered in the MoU last year. That was in fact this year, April 25th, 2024. And then thereafter we had a orientation to how this system works. Is there anyone from the ECO team? Yes. Yeah. And training of officers also be organized so that they can familiar with this ECO. That is how we began. Now, just to highlight about how the ECO model is better over the traditional capacity models. One of course is cost efficiency because it is highly scalable. You can reach. There is an invitation in Zoom. There are what license with Zoom to reach. You can have thousands and thousands of people joining. So in thousand people joining, maybe 500 people may be attending. 500 not be attending. So then people when they log in, when they log out, all those records also will come. The training quality is much better because we have experts and across locations they can join and then they can share their experience. Unlike traditional model, where some places you will have the quality drop out and the audio is not good or video is not good. Of course, request Freddy here to share his experience because he has been pioneering this from EEI Hyderabad. But I just take you through the generic things and then about the knowledge retention. Whatever you have organized in the eco platform, everything is captured. So the entire trail is there. So these programs, these many, suppose natural farming, 8 programs on natural farming conducted and managed during this year. Then organic farming, then about soil health, then about PM Kisan. So like that you will have all the analytics. And the learning engagement is much better and interaction is there, exchange of information and communication. And as I said, data analytics is the most pivotal thing. Next please. Now after this MoU, we have made some rapid progress. So we wanted to create a hub. So that we have created in EA Hyderabad and managed. It was in July, followed by the launch of 6 programs on eco platform. And managed launched 3 programs. So one was on NCO also they are in July. Then there was an in-person training program for officials for MOU, which is the value chain development for Northeast region. So you can see the photo of Reddy Garu here. You have put this photo because he was pioneering this eco thing. Next. So as on 1st October, if you see the programs, almost we had about 33 programs with 3 sessions, and participants attendance was about 60,606 people, with 2,480 unique participants trained under ECO. Now we are having plans next week. We have plans till March 25 to take up more programs in the other 3 zonal EAs and also create more hubs, almost 8 hubs we are planning to do. And we also have a system of continuous feedback. So that is very important. But moving forward, we also thought that there is one shortcoming that we have in ECO is that this language barrier. Now, how do we create this? Today, everybody wants content in their language so that they are able to better connect, better understand, better appreciate, and better implement our work. Otherwise, there will be some communication loss. So that is where we have taken the help of Bhashini. I am thankful to the team here for all the way from Delhi. So we are integrating this iEco platform with Bhashini. Bhashini, as the name suggests, it's a government of India entity under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It will do real-time translation of the content. Suppose I speak in English, just to be translated in Telugu simultaneously. So you have the option. If you are in Bangalore, not necessarily you should listen in Kannada. You can have the option of listening Punjabi. Punjabi fans maybe in Bangalore, so he wants Punjabi content. You can have that option. So that is what we have. But next, please. In ECO, we had some challenges as well, especially the internet penetration, because this is entirely dependent on Google internet connection. So, especially in Northeastern states, when we have programs, we have this difficulty. And again, unlearning a new ways of learning using digital platforms. Generally, people are not very familiar with digital platforms, how to use, what are the features available, how we can benefit more. So that we are trying to work on through capacity building programs. And again, transitioning. See, already you must be using some WebEx or you must be using some other program, Google Meets or something. So how do you come to ECO? So that is another issue. So people say, we are used to that WebEx, so we do WebEx. Because every software has got its own unique features. And the training budget also now what happens is that, because of the limitations, suppose you have a training budget for 100 physical trainings, slowly you can reduce the training budget, move to online programs, but without compromising your capacity building program. If you feel that there is a program which needs a physical orientation or physical, then you should continue with physical things, especially when it comes to farming. But otherwise, you can do it online and try to migrate as many programs as possible on ECO. We are having a roadmap for ECO. That is all the divisions we want to onboard by next year. And we want to make EI Hyderabad and manage as the central hub. We want to have collaborative partnerships also so as to foster the knowledge exchange. So other institutions, ICR institutions, ABKs, we can partner with them. And a lot of experts are there, but we don't know. Now we want to create a repository of experts. Suppose we want to know some experts in the field of, say, natural farming. We should have a repository. So then, depending on the availability, and if somebody is there in Assam, he can be engaged on ECO platform to give knowledge to people who want to know about natural farming. Then, innovative practices, and you keep, see progress in the field of agriculture. And how we can use these analytics about the training programs to assess their impact, what impact they made. At the end of the and their understanding. But has it created an impact in terms of their work? How effective is their working? Whether it is students or whether it is seniors who are doing it for some skill training purpose or capacity building. So this is in a nutshell about this eco program. Of course, it may be out of context, but since we have come to manage and we have started this new initiative, and it is going to get merged with this Bhashinti, integrated with Bhashinti. I thought I should share some inputs on eco platform, and hopefully I will request BG manage to take the lead and push it further. See as many programs as possible are covered under eco program. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for letting us to know the advantages of online programs and eco activities, its implementations and scalability. Thank you so much, sir. Now I'm requesting Dr. Yogita IAS Director, General Manage, and Sri Amitabh Nath, sir, CEO, Digital India Bhashini Division, Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology, Government of India, for signing off MoU between the MANAGE and Bhashini. Now I'm requesting Sri Amitabh Nath, sir, CEO, Digital India Bhashini Division, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, to give the remarks of the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you, JS Sandhu sir, and, for having us here and signing up a very important agreement. Bhashini stands for Bhasha Interface for India, and we set out to solve 5 basic problems which the country had. That means country had 22 languages which were mentioned in the schedule of the constitution. We wanted to actually have automatic speech recognition so that the computer or the digital things can understand what you're speaking. The second was text-to-text translation. That means if something is encoded in one language, it should get translated into the second language, text-to-text. Then if it is something which is stored in computer in any language, computer should be able to speak out that language. So it is text-to-speech. So you have automatic speech recognition, text-to-text translation, and text-to-speech. Then you had another problem which was that there were optical character recognition. That means there are a lot of printed material which we have, which needs to be recognized as text and then proliferated. So that is optical character recognition. And then obviously there are a lot of entities and names. So you have a named entity recognition as one of the parts. So on optical character recognition, not only you have printed books, but you have scenic text which is there, that means there are billboards which you want to understand. And there are also handwritten documents which people say that you need to understand. Now, when we build up this particular platform, there is a host of opportunities and use cases which came up. And online training, multilingual training is one such use case which we are discussing today with the focus. The second thing which was basically today, if you actually look at it for the Panchayati Raj, the entire e-Gram Swaraj package which they have, that means is on multilingual basis. That means each of the panchayats today are in a position to actually access the system in a multilingual fashion in English or Hindi. The second part of the thing is that we are currently, broadcasting all the proceedings of Panchayat workshop which is happening in multilingual fashion. So, the information is getting disseminated. We, not far away from here, in National Police Academy, we have online translated and done the POC of instructor giving the training to people like in this particular situation. So the possibilities which started off from low-hanging fruit, which is basically website translation, document translation, or video translation, has earmarked into different things. We also created a chatbot for farmers, where the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi, when the amount is transferred to the farmers, and if they have a challenge, they can just speak out and ask the thing, what happened, why I didn't get the money, or what was the challenge. So given all these issues, all the barriers which are now breaking with languages, and we are having a host of such things which coming up wherever there is a voice. For example, again, with Police Academy, we are given an application to the the investigating officer so that he goes to the crime scene and just keeps on speaking what is he's seeing in the crime scene, and later on files the report. So earlier he used to write something and then come back, and the report used to take about 7-10 days. A huge change in terms of productivity. So we are today what we are doing is that firstly we are transcending the language barrier. Secondly, we are also bridging the digital divide, because now you can speak and make the computer do what you want them. That is digital divide. And also we are bridging the literacy divide, because most of the people can speak a language, they may not be able to read and write. Right? So they are in a position to actually do this particular activity with voice. So voice first and translation are opening up opportunities which are far greater. Now, should we basically look at this as a services opportunity for Bhashini to manage, or it is beyond that? So, what we are trying to do here in this particular MoU which we are trying to sign, and this is under something which we call Bhashini Sayogi, and Sayogi essentially means partner. We are first is that we are deploying the models so that people can use it. And AI as a technology is going through a maturity curve. We have matured to a certain extent. There are maturities which are supposed to happen. So we were eager to learn from the feedback that you give us of how the product is functioning. So that is one. And that is a deployment of the thing, and that's what we are using. Second aspect of the thing is that there is a lot of domain knowledge which is yet to come into digital vocabulary. The domain customization of, say, agri domain is yet to happen. So we are looking forward to create that digital vocabulary for agriculture, for health, for other things. And that is the second part of our MoU collaborate, to build that digital vocabulary so that we all know, the computer knows that what is wheat called in Bodo, for example, and is digitally available. It may be known to people. It is not known to computer in terms of digital. The third part is that you might look at, like, applications, which is like eco, for example. There can be other applications which you would like to develop to improve your productivity and disseminate knowledge. So we are actually looking at building applications with you. So as I said, first program is about deployment. Second program is improving the model. Third program is about building applications. And fourth program is to actually go out on the field and tell people that this type of tools is available. So, today, most of the people at the last layer, or the last mile, feel they are not included into the mainstream because they don't know the language and they hop from one person to other person to other person to gain the knowledge or to find out something. So these 4 initiatives under Bhashini Sayogi, which we are calling Bhashini Udyat, which is basically about deployment. We are calling Bhashini Mitra, which is improving the models with respect to the domain and accuracy. So that is the second part of it. Third is to create applications which will make it, so that is Bhashini app. And fourth is Bhashini Pravarta, where we are asking people to actually proliferate it and tell the last mile that they can feel inclusive, they can feel empowered, and language and the digital barriers are gone now. And we would be happy to pick up ideas from you. Constantly get the feedbacks, because the language has something which has evolved over 10,000 or 15,000 or 20,000 years. We are trying to solve this problem in 2 or 3 years. We have done quite a lot, but we still need to do a lot more. And because a lot more has to happen through partnership, it cannot happen in the lab. So that is the reason why we thought that the MoU with organizations like MANAGE and Ministry of Agriculture will help, the farming community and, the agri community, feel no boundaries with respect to that. So thank you very much once again for inviting me. And of course, finding Bhashini worthy enough to sign the MoU. And we would be looking for feedbacks and working with you to ensure that we are truly, on the field concerning the language barriers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the knowledge regarding Bhashini and how it is overcoming the language barriers. Thank you so much, sir. Now I am requesting Sri Samuel Praveen Kumar, sir, Joint Secretary, Minister of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare, Government of India, to give the remarks of the program.
First and foremost, I would like to congratulate DG Manage and CEO Bhashini for this historic moment today. Since I would like to draw inspiration from what Neil Armstrong said when he landed on the moon way back in 1969 July. He said a small step for a man is a giant leap for a mankind. I mean, it may be exaggerating, but today, if we have concern our regional barriers, language barriers, there has to be some kind of a digital tool that helps us to work on this. And that is where the solution of marketing comes from. And I'm sure I can see the smiling faces how people can actually consume the content, online training content, in their own language. And as we mature, when the regional systems are also have to mature, like people will mature. And that is where I think we have to take inspiration from Darwin, theory of evolution. Theory of evolution should not remain as an evolution in theory. Evolution should be in practice as well. But are we able to do that? If you really examine, our systems don't evolve over a period of time. Be it training programs, be it other kind of capacity building programs. So this is also a demonstration of our evolution. We are migrated to eco platform. It has helped us. We are going with Bhashini now. And we want to be trendsetters. Minister of Agriculture today, I was discussing with the CEO. I was telling whatever input can provide in terms of analytics, if we can build our own indigenous systems with all those analytics on a single platform, providing language, live speech-to-speech translation capabilities. How nice it will be, and it will become a template for not only Ministry of Agriculture, but a template for all the ministries and become a global template. Because wherever you have this regional disparity in terms of language, culture, you can overcome all that through this. And people will hear that digital divide is gone. People will join more enthusiastic in the program. Otherwise, they will say, "अरे भाई, वो हिंदी में बोलता है, समझ नहीं आता है, कैसे सुनेंगे, क्या करेंगे, नींद आता है." Like this, the South Indian will feel. But the moment he says, "தமிழ்ல சொல்றாங்க சார், அற்புதமா இருக்கு சார், நல்லா அருமையா புரியுது சார்," or a Telugu man will say, "ఎంత చక్కగా ఉందండి, చాలా మంచిగా ప్రొఫెసర్." You understand the subject and try to be a part of that. So that is the impact that they are creating. Secondly, we also have to understand, technology also comes with limitations. It's not that technology is always going to help you. Today, we don't, as CEO Bhashini was telling, we don't have a system, phenotype system of, capturing your dialects, capturing, accent also. Go to Tamil Nadu, you have Konkan Tamil in Coimbatore, you have Madurai Tamil. Then you come to Chennai. Chennai Tamil is like a hybrid Tamil, everything mixed up. And some part of, Telugu also will come into that. So then that curation will happen as we mature. Digital system. So don't expect that digital system will be perfect. Now, how do we do that? As in such partnership collectively. Now, we, along with some of the NGOs, some philanthropists, we're all working on projects, digital projects, where we can actually develop a good glossary of words. The words which can actually translate and give you that perfect meaning of a particular word. Because if you say daddy, done, it has got so many meanings, so many words in different languages. Even in Tamil Nadu, they say, well, somebody else will say something else. So, but all these things have to be captured and the same meaning has to be given. Very interestingly, when we do Google translation, I'll give an example which I keep quoting in the ministry also. I looked up the agriculture infrastructure fund, so we were translating the parliament question. And through Google, we took out interest subvention. Subvention is shoot. You know what was the Hindi word that gave? Dilchasp. Interesting. So it said Dilchasp. I got mad. I said, what is this? If I go to the minister and say Dilchasp, he will So then I immediately changed that. You have to Hindi interest so it's the Google letting it we can do it ourselves. So there are some limitations in technology. I am highlighting this is upfront you all should understand that don't go with a negative mindset when you are using technology. Digital systems are here to help make our life easier. We are also building a DPI for agriculture called as VISTAR, virtually integrated systems to access agriculture resources. I was in the Northeast last 3-4 days, and I was actually a group of extension workers. I was telling them about VISTAR. Now, to start from, I was thinking if I straightaway say VISTAR, okay, then maybe they will not be able to understand. Then I took them to 1980s. I said, just imagine, how are you booking your railway tickets? They said, oh, sir, ticket counter में जाके खड़े होते थे. तत्काल में आपको पता है, पत्थर देके आपको वस्तु बुकिंग करना है. I also used to do it in 1980s in Mumbai when my dad was in service. We used to book tickets for going back home. My dad used to take me for, all this Mumbai, MANAGE, Kochi, wherever ports were there. We used to go there, stay for a 10-day period, enjoy the holiday. Going that ticket, you will never get reservation. Then you have to go and stand in the queue for, from 4 o'clock in the morning, or keep a brick or a kachip or something for your space, then go for a tea and come. These were the days. And all of you must be familiar, especially the generation which belongs to 70s, 80s. How did we transform that? We transformed it through computerization of reservation ticketing system. Today, you know where you can book from, which are the seats, where and everything. Through an app, you can do it. Just imagine banking system today, if you are still following the manual ticketing system or manual entry of ledgering and all. It's not possible humanly. You don't have to go to the bank at all today. In fact, my bank is grown up Hyderabad branch. I haven't been to the branch since last 5-6 years. When I was posted in Hyderabad, I used to go for some work. But now I don't have any necessity at all because the systems are so developed. UPI is there, digital initiatives are there. DigiYatra is another innovation that we have seen. When you develop digital systems, you don't consider the use cases. Use cases come up later on. So you don't have to know how you will use it. You will find out ways and means of using it. Another thing that we did, for example, when he was coming up with this Aadhaar, was not knowing that DigiYatra can come up after 10 years. When they started with Aadhaar, it was only to provide you an identity. That is why the name Aadhaar has come. That you are an Indian citizen and you belong to this state. You have this, your date of birth and your address. But then evolved use cases. How you have biometrics. Then you can identify the correct person to actually give the benefit. If the government benefit is there and you have to pass on to the right person, you use it as a biometric. For us today, first thing we do, me and Yogita ma'am, coming to office is biometric attendance. Mine is not working. I go to the basic man of iris वाला दिन मैं अपना attendance कर लेता हूँ मेरा mobile system काम नहीं करता है. So this is another use case. The latest use case is DigiYatra. It can identify you as a correct person. You get into the airport, which is you hassle free because you are doing traveling frequently, and you keep going. So what happens is that as we go on in our digital journey, we will come up with plenty of use cases. And therefore, we must be mindful of this. We should not say digital से क्या होगा. अभी भी कई लोगों में मन में किसान ये digital क्या use करेगा, कैसे use करेगा. I keep सभी के पास मोबाइल नहीं है. The moment they say सबके पास मोबाइल नहीं है, I keep telling them again go back to 80s. When I was a kid watching World Cup, we were watching Kapil Dev and Sunil Gavaskar. Where did you watch that cricket match? I didn't have a TV. We didn't have a TV. We couldn't afford to have a TV. We all used to assemble in one house. वो एक दादा थे हमारे कॉलोनी में, उनके घर में एक कलर टीवी था, सारे बच्चे हैं, 20-25 बच्चे उधर क्रिकेट मैच देखेंगे, एंजॉय करके. It was such a community thing. I enjoyed it. And India incidentally won World Cup in '83, so that was the time we all got a liking to cricket and started playing. So that is how we have to start for farmers today. You don't have to have a petrol pump in everybody's house. You don't have to have an ATM machine. आपके घर में है ATM machine? नहीं होता ना, तो कॉल पे रहता है. तो हमको भी मोबाइल फोन जो है आज एक प्रोग्रेसिव फार्मर को या एक कम्युनिटी लीडर हो या कोई भी है, उसके पास अगर स्मार्टफोन है, वो जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन उसमें आएगा वो सबको बांटेगा 150 लोगों को उस एरिया में. दैट इज हाउ वी हैव टू स्प्रेड. If we keep waiting till every farmer gets a smartphone, we will never develop an initiative. TVs were not developed just because people don't have TVs at all. They saw the value in this content. People come and see, and slowly OTT, everything came up. But today you have come to a stage where you don't have one TV in the house. You have one TV per room. You go to a bedroom, you go to even, I think people must be having bathrooms also. I don't know, I haven't seen, but that is what we have evolved. So digital journey is a practice of evolution, and we have to keep evolving. And again, the technique is, like simply I'll just share an anecdote. There was one village where, one gentleman got his Harley Davidson bike. And that bike was bought and he was just, showing off. It's a status symbol, right? But it was, one day it was not starting. So there was a problem and then he was trying to find out. But there is nobody to repair Harley Davidson. Hardly to find anybody to repair Davidson. So they went around. So they found out this one old man who knows how to repair bullets and all this Royal Enfields and all. Maybe we catch hold of them and we'll bring him and get him trained. So he comes and then he does all those things. Then he takes a small spade and then hits at one place and the engine starts. Then this man is very happy. Then he says, how much? This of course is not an Indian story, it's a story about US story. So he says it's $102. He says that you just put a tag and you said $102. He says the tag is $2, but it's $100. So the knowledge is important. So today, tap an initiative is where your ingredients lies. Bhashini he will do, but it is me who will implement Bhashini. I will make Bhashini popular. I will see that Bhashini becomes all pervasive. I will see that it spreads like COVID everywhere. Don't mistake me. What I'm saying is it has to pass on itself. That kind of system I have to create. And then only we will be able to actually develop the ecosystem. Otherwise, it will remain a non-starter. So with those words about Bhashini, I am hopeful that this MoU that we have finalized today will be a game changer in the history of our ministry and also for other ministries. We are not going to India. We are going to keep evolving. We will find out new systems. I also want all the portals in the ministry to be translated in different languages. So I'm working with Mr. Amitabh on this. Also want all the VIPs for speaking, like our Honorable Agriculture Minister or our Secretary. He is delivering his speech, and it is through a YouTube link we are relaying that. Want that also in multiple languages. So there are many areas which we keep discussing and thinking, and I'm very thankful to Amitabh and Ajay, who have come all the way from Delhi, and also DG Manage, who was immediately when I said, ma'am, we'll do this, no, we should do it, and we'll do it for all the non-PEs and other programs. She looks after soil health, organic farming, natural farming. So all those programs also will implement, and she was telling, especially Assamese people, when you give an Assam the content, they'll be able to benefit much, understand the subject, and probably the implementation, you will see the results and impact. So I am sure it will be a game changer, and I wish once again Manage and Bhashini for coming up with this. And hopefully we'll be able to make a huge change. All my friends here from the army, आप लोगों ने देश की सेवा किया है. अभी हमारे लिए you were actually providing us, safety. Now you should provide food safety. So because you are into agriculture and food safety more effectively, I think with this capacity of Bhashini and training programs, speech to speech translation. So thank you all once again. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us on enlightening words and explaining briefly about the importance of digital systems and how these digital systems are actually creating revolution in the present era. So thank you so much, sir. Now I'm requesting Dr. Yogdaram, IAS Director General of MANAGE, to give a remarks of the program.
Good afternoon to all. In fact, it's a big challenge, to speak after Sam has spoken. So normally when you taste something very tasty, then you don't feel like having anything after that. So I'm sure after hearing to Sam's very evocative talk, you don't want anybody else to be, speaking after him. But nevertheless, I thank Sam. In fact, not only is a colleague of mine, but a very dear friend to me. And when he proposed that there is something of integration of training with local languages, I also found it very interesting. And then we went into just, sharing our thoughts on how to go about with or sharing the MoU with Bhashini. So thanks a lot, Sam, for this initiative and bringing MANAGE to a platform where we can actually interact with a lot of our clientele in the language which they understand. I also thank CEO Amitabh Ji for coming all the way from Delhi to Hyderabad. And in fact, you ended up your talk by saying that, MANAGE found Bhashini worthy of signing the MoU. Rather, I will be very humble and I will say the other thing, that Bhashini actually found the MANAGE worthy of signing this MoU, to say the least. Actually, I'm sure this initiative will be a watershed area in our communication and in our extension strategy. See, when a small child is born, when child wants to say something, even the father will tell the mother, just see what the child is saying, because the mother only understands. When the child is hardly 1 month, 2 months old, so the communication is so important. Then the mother only tells, okay, by this cry, the child is wet, by this cry, the child is hungry, and the child is happy. So everything lies in the challenge of communication. And Bhashini actually gives us a platform where the communication will be a seamless and a very emotional connect. See, even today, when you go anywhere, so if you are traveling in a vehicle and you find some Telugu at the background, so oh, someone from Telangana is there, then you look back, like that is the connect. So if someone from Dogri is speaking, then I will say, okay, someone from my native Jammu has come. So that is a powerful emotional connect with the language. And when we are giving training in a language, which is our mother language, which we understand the nuances of a language, we can imagine how effective it will be. And this, the normal English and Hindi, we are going, actually, we will be mishing out of it and blossoming into not only, I'm sure we will not only restrict to 22 languages. And as we have said, now it is just the stage 1 of this MoU. Then we can always ensure, like, what are the subsets, as Sam also told, like the dialects and all. So we will definitely go into that also. So I'm very happy today that now we are going to start our Northeast training program from the 22nd, and we have a trial run tomorrow. So that 22nd program will be on the Eco platform. And then the presentation already Sam gave you. Eco platform is nothing, but it's just a platform, like a Zoom platform, which tells us like who all attended, how long they attended, and the analytics, age-wise, how long they were alert, and it is a kind of an interactive platform. So it is beyond a one-way kind of a training. So that's the Eco platform in a nutshell. So now all these translations, like now in the Northeast, it's not only 22, I said those are almost 200 languages. Now the challenge to how to go to the 200 languages, we will discuss later, but to the basic 22 languages, we will be putting our entire training program. Not only this, I will also request CEO Bhashini, even our regular webinars, which we are giving on almost like on the channel we give, daily we give webinar on NF, on organic, on AIF, on mechanization, etc. All our webinars also, we will push it through your Bhashini so that, more in the ecosystem, more people can benefit from it. And in the last, I would only like to reiterate, like, imagine the case when a person sitting in, let us say, Garo village of Khasi, or sitting in Kashmir, or Ladakh, or Gujarat, or Kerala, or Tamil Nadu, and then they can understand that training in their own language, and then how effective that training will be. So Bhashini as such is a tool to ensure that the training which we are imparting is much more effective, and there's an emotional connect between the person who is giving the lecture and the trainees like you, since you are doing your training. And I'm sure this will really open up a paradigm shift from the way the training till now we are actually doing. In fact, government also loses lots of time, men, and material in translating. And as Sam gave you an example of a Google translation, in fact, the other day, like since we have our Honorable Minister Sir who wants translation in Hindi, so he the other day was actually telling us the kind of translation you do through the Google. That Hindi translation, I need another translation to tell me what you are telling me in Hindi. आप इतना मुश्किल translation कर देते हैं कि even I need to translate that Hindi into some other. So many times we also struggle. ये क्या लिखा है हिंदी में? Then even then Hindi we again open the Google to know what is this Hindi translation. So I'm sure Bhashini, the vocabulary, the bibliography, and then the kind of the nuances, because it's a old, and Bhashini is nothing a private enterprise. It's actually government to government for the welfare of the people. And I'm very sure that this is going to take MANAGE to a different class altogether. And I really request all the center in charges to use ECO and club it with the Bhashini A, and whichever are your regular webinars which you have been giving, and especially, even today when we see a lot of our staff from the defense have come, even in them, the other day I interacted, all people from north, east, south, west are there. So tomorrow the trial run, I request Balaji, perhaps this trial run also you can do, and then you can get their feedback. So thank you, one and all, and showing this is one more paradigm which I'm quite happy that you witnessed it. And let us ensure that with the center in charge, basically, you really use it effectively, give your analytics, and you do give us the feedback as to how it can be. I again thank Amitabh ji from my depth of my heart for coming and kindly ensure if there are initial glitches, like we should together, because it's our baby, so we have to take care of this. And I once again thank Samuel. In fact, he is the energy booster of our department, and we all really get motivated by the multitasking that he does. I'm sure there will be something else in his mind by the time I sit there. So thank you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for insightful words and giving us the direction to what to do further. So now moving on to the next, now I'm requesting Dr. Srinivas Chanulu, Deputy Director, Knowledge Management, to give a vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. Respected Madam Director and AS Director General Manage, Shri Samuel Praveen Kumarji, Joint Secretary Extension, Minister of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare, Amitabh Kumarji, CEO, Digital India Bhashini Division. And we have special guest today, Professor Venku Reddy Garu. Thank you, sir, for coming in. And Jagannath Reddy Garu, EA Director, and friends from ECO and Bhashini, especially Ajay and Ramdasji, Private Kalji, to participate in this workshop, and representatives from VHM, and all the people who are watching through YouTube live and online. Well, thank you very much for participating in this important step to manage and the Bhashini taken today through the MoU. Thank you very much, madam, for your guidance. I think the horizon is very administration. More than 90 programs we have this year, left till April. Those can be taken up on the power of ECO as well as Bhashini. All the webinars and then training programs online, we have 90 programs as of now. And Samuel Praveen Murthy, really, I mean, we thank you for bringing in Bhashini, not only Bhashini, all the time you come up with new ideas and try to power manage, and we really take up this partnership and we evolve with this ECO as well as Bhashini. Thank you very much, sir. Antarnaji, as you rightly mentioned, building the vocabulary, building the applications at the field level, deployment. Hopefully, we will travel with you and give a right feedback. Yesterday, we had a trial run, and tomorrow, we have a full program of 2 sessions on carbon credits. And we actually try to build this agricultural vocabulary so that your vocabulary index will be very much strengthened. Thank you very much for associating with us. And all the supporting administrative staff here, accounts and hostel, who actually supported this program, and the team of Dr. Sarvanandaji and team of knowledge management. Thank you very much for making this program. Thank you very much.